Hello everyone, Kyle here, and it's WorldBox time. Last time we used the Sheep of Doom to help decide the fate of the world, but as some people felt I was playing tricks with magnets like a cheap magician, I decided instead to use cutting-edge AI technology to help craft a new flawless system. Meet Neil the Wheel. He lives inside the wheel and enjoys spinning. There's also Min the Spin. He is here just because he knows Neil, otherwise I wouldn't have let him be part of this video as he's a terrible person. Basically, every year we will wheel Neil, who is made up of all the traits, and then we will spin Min, who is made up of all the coordinates, and whatever they pick is decided. The choices can either make the selected kingdom the best or worst in all of Gridland. Simple enough, hey? Let's get started. Each kingdom has one very talented person to get the ball rolling. I mean, starting an empire off with one person is a bit of a challenge, but if anyone can do it, it's these people here. I've also spent days crafting the perfect names for each kingdom. I began with all the classics like the humans who hum, the elves on thy shelf, the dwarfs who love rocks, and the orcs who eat porks. Then I just let the creativity run wild. For some reason there are a couple of kingdoms that aren't very keen on getting started, like these people here, the elves who were late. And then there's whoever's on this island. Hold on, where are they? There's no one on the island. Why is no one on the island? So it should be humans, elves, orcs, and then dwarfs. But this goes humans, elves, and then dwarves. The orcs are on this island as well as the dwarfs. Did the dwarfs seriously swim over and steal the land before the game has even started? Why would you do that? Okay, let's move the orcs to this island instead. You going to build a little base? No? You want to just punch sheep? Okay, great, you did both. My little multitasker. We'll name you the orcs whose land was stolen. There we go. We'll give the little kingdoms 10 years to get started. By the age of 10, I already understood that I was an accident. Well, at year 4, the majority of the kingdoms have built a camp and at least one house and have a population of 2 or 3. Nice. The kings are being crowned as well now. The humans who count in 3 seem to be in the lead population-wise at 5 people, which is already defying their name. I'm going to be keeping my eye on you. Meanwhile, the orcs whose land was stolen are still at 1 person. The Satanists are at 6 people. The orcs who farm children are doing a terrible job at it. Oh, nice. The orcs whose land was stolen have started to expand. Right, it's year 10. Time to spin and see what we get. And our first choices are Eagle-Eyed on E3. Great, so we just need to make sure that nothing is selected. Then we'll select Eagle-Eyed. Range +3 and crit chance 15%. Pretty decent. Now we just find E3. It's the orcs who ride small horses. Next, we just give them a little sprinkle of magic. Now you can see the people on the tile have gained both Eagle-Eyed as well as Scar of Divinity, which is another buff they get for having their traits altered. Another year and time for another trait. First, let's just look around at the populations. Nice. Most of the places are above 10 people now. Well, except this guy. This guy is still alone. Let's rename him. There we go. We need to label your flaws so people know you're a bad apple. So let's spin, and we get slow on all the odd numbers. As a self-proclaimed maths expert, I feel that 1, 3, and 5 are odd numbers. I mean, you should see what number 3 does at parties. It's truly disgusting. I am a big fan of it. Sprinkle the magic on all of them. Great. Now you're all slow. Little Walk Farmer here with the slow on him. Now he's never going to have children. Or maybe he will, but they'll probably be born just as he dies. Everyone else seems to be doing pretty well. Still no town halls though. But the elves on thy shelf have built whatever the heck this thing is. Time for another spin. Some casual plague on F5. So F5 is the kingdom of orcs who protect mice, which probably just suggests that they were handling rats and not mice. And the rats probably had the plague and not the sniffles. The plague does all these bad things, so we can pretty much say goodbye to the orcs who protect mice, because they're all going to heaven now, which yeah, I haven't built yet, so they're just going to be dead. On that cheery note, what's next? Strong-minded on F6. It's the mouse orcs neighbours. How lovely for them. Now as they stare across the waterway at the orcs dying, they'll just laugh it off as they skip merrily on their way. Live life, laugh. Live, live, laugh. No, wait, laugh, love, live. Whatever, you know the quote I mean. The one every person over the age of 50 has on their living room wall. Apparently, the dwarfs who like wharfs are so keen that they're the first to take to the water. Nice one, you mother dockers. Right, another choice, strong-minded again on D5. That's the orcs who dance. Enjoy your strong mind. The orcs who protect mice are down to their last 5. No, wait, 3. Hold that. 2, 1. Before the last dies, it's time for another spin. Golden tooth on F5. Oh joy, that is literally going on the last orc of the mice protectors. Golden tooth plus 2 diplomacy. Not sure how that helps the situation you're in, but I guess it might mean more people will attend your funeral, even if it is only to steal your golden tooth. Right, another pick. Pacifist on B5. That's the orcs who invented cheese. I can believe that the inventors of cheese would be a peaceful people. The orcs who farm children badly are still living up to their name, I see. The orcs who eat porks are doing pretty well. 34 people. Must be the diet. I didn't think pork was an aphrodisiac, but I guess if it works for Kermit, it can work for anyone. New choice. Freeze proof on the right side of the map. Nice. Now if there's ever an ice age, rows 4, 5 and 6 will be alright. Drank a lot of antifreeze, hey? Sounds like another dumb TikTok challenge. Another now. Immune on A6. This would have been handy for the plague. It's going to the elves who do tax returns though. They are a very organised people, and now they can't get sick. Not bad. Got our first little alliance forming, I see. Looks like the humans who hum have hummed a tune so pleasing that it's encouraged the elves on thy shelf to befriend them. Another year now. Tiny on F1. That's the dwarfs who worship the Doom Sheep. Tiny gives more attack speed and running speed, but at the cost of less max children, lower diplomacy, less size and less health. I understand the less size and health part, but why the less children and lower diplomacy? Are they so tiny that it's difficult for them to see each other? So people are finally building their main town halls now, which is good to see. All the populations are doing pretty well. Most are above 30. Now for a new spin, shiny on C3. Nice! The orcs who farm children badly are getting a new blingy makeover. You may be a terrible parent, but you sure do make up for it in sparkles. The elves with normal ears are now befriending the humans who fight badly, which seems like a poor choice of an ally to me. Okay, there's a lot of alliances being formed now. Seems people are looking for safety in numbers. New choice, burning feet on D6. Oh, this is a bad one. Well, it's the dwarves who like to be thrown. Burning feet burns the ground where he walks. Excuse me, or she. Come on, WorldBox, it's 2023. Everyone can burn equally. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Nice, nice. Their whole base is on fire. They literally just set on fire, then run into the water to cool off. Then they forget that they set on fire in the first place, return to the land, and the fire comes back. What a way to live. Oh, they're spreading it to surrounding islands. They're not going down without setting fire to someone other than their people. Didn't really do much to their neighbours, but their base is gone. Hold on a minute. There's a child here who doesn't have the burning feet debuff, so there is a chance that the dwarfs who like to be thrown will survive this disaster. All he's got to do is survive till adulthood completely alone, then rebuild the base single-handedly and repopulate it solo. Kind of feel like we're putting a lot of pressure on a 4-year-old. He's probably going to lose all his hair and have stress wrinkles by the age of 5. New year, and we've got ugly on C1. The humans who like theatre are now an ugly people, which is kind of fortunate for them as theatres are pretty dark. Well, this could have been a lot worse than it is. The dwarf who likes to be thrown is still surviving, although he is getting awfully close to that fire. I guess it reminds him of his parents. The warmth, I mean, not the fact it's burning. Don't be sick. Stay alive until you're 18 and can start again, little one. I believe in you, chosen one. Right, another choice. Deceitful on F2. That's the orcs whose land was stolen. Deceitful, hey? Was it even your land in the beginning, or did you steal it from someone else? Getting all political here. The chosen one is 8 years old now. It seems he's being raised by rats. Keep on keeping on. Oh my. The orcs who eat porks have declared the first war versus the humans who support Satan. Looks like there's no room in hell for pork. Another pick now, and mega heartbeat on B2. That's the dwarfs who hate orthodontists, making their first appearance here in our video, but I'm sure now they're throwing each other around. It won't be their last. Orcs who farm children badly, still just doing their thing. The orcs who ride small horses have declared war on the elves who worship Derek, which is good because I won't have any other gods in my world. Who is this Derek guy anyway? Why did I make them worship him? Who knows, I just like conflict. Another pick now, and it's cursed on all the odd numbers. Oh dear, oh dear. Looks like 1, 3, and 5 are out of luck. Not only does the curse do all these terrible curse things, but I'm pretty sure if they die, they turn into skeletons. And not just like the skeletons we all turn into when we die, but ones that can move and stuff. You know, cursed ones. Ah, I get it now. Clever. The dentist-hating orcs are spreading onto other islands now. I don't think they went there intentionally, but it's nice to see they're trying to make friends. Oh, the humans who hum have built a base on the Plague Island. They've come all the way from the top tile down to here. Surprised someone closer didn't take it first. How's our chosen one doing? Oh, he's 16 now. At 18, I think he becomes an adult and can finally build. A new choice now, deceitful again. On F5 this time. Well, F5 is the humans who hum's new base. Now they're deceitful. So perhaps they'll separate from the humans who hum and become their own kingdom. Who knows, hey? Me, I know, and they won't do it. What they will do though is declare war on the orcs who break forks. A new base? What? The elves who say Ni have built on the Chosen One's island. You thieves! Where is the Chosen One meant to go now? He survived all the way to adulthood from the age of 4 years old alone, just for you to creep in and take over his island right before he's ready to start building. Capitalism at its finest. Crap on the little guy. Another choice now, and it's strong-minded on C5. The humans who fight poorly are at least okay with their flaws, and that is real bravery. So, the Chosen One is just living amongst the elves now. The dwarfs who like wolves have also shown up on the island. Seems they had the same ideas the elves did to take the land, just they arrived to the party too late. Meanwhile, the dwarfs who hate dentists are still just throwing people all over the place. The orcs who eat porks are being invaded by the humans who support Satan, but it does look like they'll defend it quite easily. Another pick now, and it's Bloodlust on the bottom half of the map. So D, E, and F are getting Bloodlust. Bloodlust just increases the chance of war. No biggie, really. It also reduces the loyalty, so they're more likely to fight amongst themselves. On its own, it's not too bad, but when it stacks with cursed and deceitful, it pretty much just makes people hate themselves and everyone around them. Another pick, Death Nuke on. What the heck? Kneel the wheel. You just want everyone to die, don't you? There is absolutely no way I'm doing this one. It will literally end the game the moment the first person dies. The beautiful tapestry of life would just come to an end as suddenly as it started. We just can't do it, okay? Yeah, okay. I might have done it. As expected, the game is over. Cheers all. Have a good one. See you next time. Only joking, I saved before, didn't I? I'm curious and slightly psychotic, but I'm not stupid. What we can do is re-roll the placement and put the death nuke on a single tile. F4. Aha! It's the mouse haters. I guess they weren't shooting arrows at mice, but instead at nukes. And the nukes were full of uranium and not candy. Well, the next time one of them dies of old age, it'll be the end of their people. I mean, even this chicken has the death nuke. And the chicken's 23 years old. How long do chickens really live for? Seems pretty old to me. What the heck? Someone killed the Chosen One. Oh well, you obviously weren't as chosen as I thought you were. Oh my god! Sorry, I meant, oh, I'm God. The orcs who farm children badly have had a child. One must have survived the planting process. This could be the start of something beautiful. Except the humans who catapult their dead have declared war on them. Seems easy oak here is a threat to the humans. Now we've got fat on A6. That's the tax return elves, and in no way a stereotype. The orcs who slap each other are slapping each other. Basically, their men are dying of old age or something, turning into those moving skeletons we spoke about earlier, and they're attacking them. Next up, Agile on the bottom half of the map. D, E, and F. You're all getting jiggy with it. It ups their age, attack speed, and fertility. It does make them smaller though, which means the dwarfs who worship Doom Sheep are getting even tinier. They're going to become ants soon. The orcs who dance are being invaded by the elves who say Ni, and the dwarfs who like dwarfs are invading the orcs who invented cheese. Meanwhile, the slapping has intensified. Next, we have the Dragon Slayer on D1. It's the orcs who slap each other. Dragon Slayer gives them more warfare, crit chance, and diplomacy, so the slaps are just going to get harder. The orcs who farm children badly are at a whopping 5 people now. However, the humans who catapult their dead are in their base now. So I think it's over for them before it ever really began. Looks like the orcs who invented cheese trees are in trouble too. Oh yes, a lot of trouble. They just disappeared. The child farmers are down to 3 people now. A 6-year-old king and his 2 side men. Now the elves who say neat are being attacked by the dancing orcs. Well, there goes the mouse killers. Moral of the story is, don't mess with mice. The explosion also killed a bunch of the humans who hate life and turned them into skeleton warriors. I mean, isn't this what they always wanted? The same thing has happened across the other side with the humans who hum, but they're taking care of it pretty quickly. I think this is the end of the humans who hate life. Another choice, and it's acid blood on D1. Maybe slapping one another is no longer a good idea. What do you think? The orcs who break forks are being thrown by the anti-dentist's mega heartbeat. The orcs whose land was stolen are now firing arrows across at their new undead neighbours. The elves who say neat are now attacking the orcs who dance's base. Revenge is a dish best served before the main meal, because after the main meal you'll probably be full. Next up we have poison immunity on D4. That's the elves who are late. If anyone becomes poisonous and you eat them, you guys will be okay. The dwarfs who like wolves are being killed now by the elves who are late and the elves with normal ears. That's the end of the docks. Oh wait, there's a couple of children left in the water. As long as they don't return to shore, they might survive. What did I just say? Meanwhile, the orcs whose land was stolen are bombarding the elves who worship Derek. Damn it, Derek, protect your people. Wait, I thought the dog people were dead already. Why have you just built a new base? Oh, that was short-lived. Another now. Strong on D2. The dwarfs who smell alright are now the strong dwarfs who smell alright, or just the dwarfs who smell strong. Looks like Derek never showed up. That's what you get for worshipping a false prophet. I would have at least stopped by and brought you some groceries in your time of need. That's the least a god could do. The Dereks are now dead from a mix of arrows and this one orc here who was running around and beating their children to death with a stick. The orcs who dance are still under attack. This has to be the slowest battle ever. Perhaps their dancing is just confusing the situation. Oh, I see the dwarfs who blink backwards have also turned up to fight them. The dwarfs who love rocks are being attacked by the elves who are late. Looks like they're easily defending it though. The orcs who slap each other are being attacked now by the humans who perform music badly. I guess they disagree with the orcs' choice to use their faces for percussion. The elves who say neat are hammering the humans who like theatre. Those ugly, ugly theatre lovers. We can see the world is certainly busy at the moment. Invasions happening all over the place. Hard to keep up with it all really, isn't it? New role now. Poisonous on A6. Oh, we finally have someone who is poisonous, which I imagine is only a bad thing if you try to eat them. It's the fat elves who do tax returns. No one's going to want to eat them. Not everyone likes to crunch numbers. The humans who catapult the dead have taken a second island. The dwarfs who love rocks are still defending their original island, but it looks like the fighting has just ended. Unlucky now on C3. That's part of the humans who catapult their dead. I guess the action could bring you some form of bad luck, if you're superstitious, that is. If not, it could just be entertaining, if you're sick in the head like me, that is. There's no joke here. I need help. The orcs who ride small horses have a second island too now. I'm not even going to try and work out what's happening here. Something bad though. We got another death nuke on D2. It's the dwarfs who smell alright, and they won't be smelling of anything when this thing goes off. The humans who hum have spread to another island. I think that's 3 islands now. The humans who catapult their dead are being invaded by the orcs who ride small horses. They should be alright defending this though. Kingslayer on D6, and it goes to the elves who say knee. Speaking of whom, the dentists are attacking their main base, while the theatre goers are occasionally firing an arrow across at them. This top corner is just becoming chaotic. Fire blood now on F4. That's part of the humans who hum. Enjoy that feeling of burning inside. The humans who count in 3s are under attack by the orcs who dance. Meanwhile, there's still this happening here. Healing aura on C6 now. That's going to the elves who love trees. Haven't seen you yet, have we, hippies? The humans who catapult their dead are now fighting the ones who support Satan. It feels like they're fighting over Satan's love. Maybe he only has room for one group by his side. Looks like the humans who count in 3s are no more. Looks like the elves who were late are being beaten up now. I mean, there's just fights happening everywhere. Pretty sure at this point everyone just hates everyone. Now we have evil on E3. That's our small horses, people. Now they're riding evil small horses. The dwarves who blink backwards are being killed by the humming humans. Death bomb on D4. So D4 is the elves who were late, and death bomb is basically a smaller version of the death nuke. And given that they're currently currently under attack. I can imagine this is going to go south pretty quickly. The dwarfs who blink backwards are nearing defeat. The Hummers haven't let up. Their king is 9 and his mood is normal. He is just passive over being crowned king while his kingdom is under siege. Hey, dwarfs who are against verbs. I'm not sure how wise it is to fire arrows at children who have bombs strapped to them. Oh, what do you know? That actually was a good idea. Well, that island is no more. Next up, Cold Aura on D1. Haha, the orcs who slap each other again. I see you're being attacked. Perhaps this can, chill things out? It certainly has. Now this fight will probably last a million years as they'll have to wait for each other to defrost between attacks. The elves who were late have just made a new base? I thought you were dead. Where do you people keep hiding? Alright, who just blew up and why? Next up, madness on the odd numbers. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, a few kingdoms have the strong-minded trait, which actually protects against this. But I imagine a lot of them don't have it, so we're about to see a lot of kingdoms just vanish as they destroy themselves from within. So far, the kingdoms are being quite lucky in the fact that their people are either immune or indoors, which stops them being affected. But there you go. The humans who perform music badly are no more. They'll fight each other until one remains, and he'll continue to be mad, so count as a lone unit. And then he won't rebuild. Let's see who else disappears, shall we? The orcs who ride small horses may be wiped out too. The humans who support Satan have lost 50% of their base. The orcs who eat porks have eaten their last bacon. Oh, the humans who fart quietly. Our first time seeing them, and now they are no more. All their moments will be lost in time, like a puff of smell in the wind. The humans who fight poorly have fought their last fight. No idea who that was, but they're gone now. Now, as we unpause the game, we'll see the people just killing one another. Okay, someone just exploded again. All these towns once glorious, now left to nothing but ruin. On the upside, there is a lot of land for grabs. Next up, mush spores on D4. D4 seems to be out of action. Oh wait, there's a guy here. Maybe the last orc who dances. Let's give him the spores. Enjoy turning into a mushroom man. Ah, the humans who fart quietly had a second base. They're back and more potent than ever. I say that, but the elves who love trees are killing them. More mush spores now on F2. Oh, bad luck, orcs whose land was stolen. You're about to lose your land again. This time to mushroom people. Flesh eater on B5. I mean, B5 is empty except for this fly. Well, we'll give the fly the flesh eater as it's only fair. There you go, little guy. May you feast on many bodies. Poisoning. Ah, they're currently fighting the elves who love trees. These hippies seem to be all over the place attacking people. Hold on, what's this? Out of nowhere, the Satanists are back. Hail Satan. Must have been another kid that survived to the age of building consent. He must be the chosen one. So, we've got fat now on the even numbers. Finally, more people created in my own image. You're fat, and you're fat, but with a PH, because you're special. Infected on D1? That's part of the dwarfs who smell alright. I guess they're about to become undead, which may make them smell less alright. I suppose, though, with embalming, they could smell okay still. Really depends on how you handle this zombie infection. Oh, I forgot they were death nuked. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I think I just ruined another chair. Well, they certainly don't have zombie problems anymore, do they? What's this though, a survivor? How unexpected. You literally just survived a nuclear blast, you know that, right? What are you made out of, Twinkies? The Satanists have been destroyed though, so I guess it is a blessing in disguise. Sure, most of your people died and your children will probably be mutants, but Satan has lost his only support. Mark of death now on E6. The elves who break fences. I feel like we haven't seen much of these guys. It would be a shame for them just to die out before they ever got a chance to be in the spotlight. Oh well, see you next Tuesday. Oh, some of the children have survived. That's disappointing. The dwarfs who smell alright are slowly rebuilding now. I think to speed things up a little bit now, we will take to the wheel of locations for a second time and give it a whirl. Then, whatever location it lands on, we will remove it from the wheel, and then from the world. Now one less island for people to hide on. We'll keep doing that yearly from now on. It can be kind of like a tradition of ours, you know, like Christmas. Every year, we will destroy someone's home. Merry Kyle, miss everyone. Look, there's someone surviving on this island. We'll call him Mad Mike. He's mad because he's crazy, but also, we just destroyed the hole he lived in. Come on, Mad Mike. May you find happiness on another island. I wish you a long life and... Mike's dead. We just killed Mad Mike. Well, we're now on E5. So E5 is right here. It's part of the elves on the shelves kingdom. We'll sprinkle sprinkle a little whirlwind magic, and there we go. We'll leave them to get used to their new way of life. What tile do we delete now? E1. Consider it. Oh, it's part of the dwarfs who worship Doom Sheep space. Gone. How are you guys getting on with throwing each other around? What's that? The return of the child slinger? And now he's more slingy than ever. Except on this island, there is actually a person who truly only slings children. So, do you know what? This is, oh my, the real child slinger. That means this other one is an imposter. But wait, there's more slingers? Who are they? Well, it's the slinger's parents. He may be older than his parents, but who cares? His parents are slinging each other. We don't need to see this. Let's keep it PG, people. What we do need is another spin. Genius on D3. Well, that's a sheep. We have a genius sheep. Is that the sheep of doom? No, it's not. It's just a sheep. Get over it. Where do we destroy now? P2. The main base of the elves on the shelves. Find yourself a new shelf, you elf bastards. Meanwhile, the imposter is still impostering. The slinger family, slinging. And the elves who were late, well, they're burning to death, and it's actually quite horrible to see. We've got a mark of death now on B1. That's the dentist-haters second base. They died, just like that. Where do we destroy next? B4. Consider it no more. It's part of the dwarfs who loves rock space. Well, you have more bases, so just go to one of those. I'm happy to see it's mainly just children I'm rehoming. That's next level humanitarian aid. I should get an award or something, but I won't. Instead, I just have to spin again. Stupid on C4. That's the dwarfs who hate verbs again. Seems rather fitting given their name. What a bunch of idiots you are. Learn to verb. Where do we disappear next? C5. It's gone. Luckily, it was only home to one rabbit. He can swim, so it's fine. They don't call rabbits landfish for nothing. Slingers are still slinging, and this guy's just throwing someone over a fire repeatedly. What a hero. The orcs whose land was stolen are finally getting vengeance against the dwarfs who took their land in the beginning. It's Dio Clock and the orcs aren't taken prisoners. It's attractive on the top half of the map, so at least some of them get to die beautiful, something I'll never experience. And we remove F4 next. That's the humans who hum's new base. It just isn't their day, is it? Am I sorry about this? The dwarfs who worship Doom Sheep are no more. The land has been reclaimed. It's nice to see the humans who hum just left their children in the ocean. 10 out of 10 parenting. Oh, the slingers are just throwing an entire army now. And the dad is battling the imposter. Strong-minded on F6 now. That's the dwarfs who hate other dwarfs, which is the first time we've seen them. They're pretty boring, so you haven't missed anything. Next, we'll remove B1. Also, if you didn't notice, Min the Spin has been on holiday because I accidentally closed the window. He's back now, though. B1 is part of the dentist-hating dwarfs. I honestly thought they were dead already. Some plague on E2. It's been a while since we eradicated a kingdom with a plague, so we need to put it on the top part of the orcs whose land was stolen base. Enjoy the plague. C4 gets destroyed now. It's the dwarves who are against Verb's main base. Sorry, you'll need to relocate. Oh, yes, relocate to this tiny little bit of land that's left. Yeah, just stay there. Good job. Oh, the slinger's just gaining more and more people. This is some real skill. Giant on D2. Dwarves who smell right are gonna get bigger. And we're destroying F3. That's some of the orcs whose land was stolen space. Looks like more land is being stolen, doesn't it? I think now to speed up that little bit more, we'll just use the spite ability on all the factions left to make everyone hate each other. Some spite for you, and a little bit for you. There we go, war breaking out all over. There's a little fighting at the orcs whose land was stolen, and the dwarfs who smell alright are no longer alright. I'm not sure anyone survived this time. Surviving one nuclear blast? Possible. 2 blasts? Improbable. The elves on their shelves are fighting the dwarfs who love rocks that had swam to their island now. Oh no, the child slinger is being killed by the people he was throwing. No longer do they accept their fate of being thrown. The child slinger is dead again. He's dead again because he was already dead, remember? That means that this person who killed him has become the child slinger because he's a child that slung the child slinger. Keep up. Mark of death on B2. That's the dentist haters. Seems like they're finally going to die for real. As for the island we destroy, we're ridding the world of D3 now. We'll also remove the remains of this one to force these dwarfs to find a new island. Well, the dentist haters are almost dead now. Some of them don't have the mark though, which is sad. The child slinger's mum's just died. So remaining we have the dwarfs who hate dwarfs, the elves on their shelves, the orcs whose land was stolen, the dwarfs who smell alright. I mean, seriously? Didn't you explode again? How are you surviving nuclear bombs? There's also the dwarfs who hate orthodontists. Again, thought you were dead. The dwarfs who love rocks. And finally, the elves who do tax returns. What's this? The child slinger has died? That means this person has become the child slinger. Yeah, it's getting complicated now. The child slinger's dad is still alive, and he's wanting revenge against the man who killed the man who killed the man who killed his son. We've got madness on the right side of the map. Oh, goodbye half of the world. The dwarfs who hate dwarfs won't really get affected though, because I'm pretty sure they have the strong-minded trait. Everyone else though, crazy. Oh, that's the end of the elves who do tax returns. Next, we destroy C3. The dwarfs who are against verbs have just lost their base now. They'll have to go fight the elves who say nee. Let's go ahead and remove the right-hand side of the world now to make it smaller. We just want the fighting to happen faster. It does mean we have to ruin the verb dwarf's new base, but whatever, they'll get over it. That's better. 6 kingdoms left. 5 kingdoms. 5 kingdoms left. I think the dwarfs who smell alright just exploded again. They've turned some of the orcs whose land got stolen into mushroom people, and the child slinger, having defeated the slinger's dad, is here to kill the orcs now. The child slinger has been killed. The dwarfs who love rocks have taken the dentist's space. They're also trying to kill the elves on the shelves, but it's much harder as they just ping them all over the place. Whirlwind on A1 now, so they trade out the mega heartbeat for whirlwind instead. Fun times. Yes, this is much better, isn't it? And we remove A1, which means they can take their whirlwind buff to the dwarfs who love rocks. It's like death by slowly encroaching dolphin people. It's not all sunshine and rainbows for the orcs whose land was stolen though, as they are battling mushroom people who are exploding out of their dead bodies. Cursed on all now, and we destroy E2. That's half the orcs base. 1 tile left. Meanwhile, this is happening in the dwarf space. The final spins. Mark of death on F2. Well, goodbye orcs. And we destroy F2. Really goodbye orcs. So now we just need to wait for this thing to resolve itself to know who wins. Let's fast forward and wait. The dwarfs who eat rocks are down to 1 person. Oh, out of nowhere, the orcs whose land was stolen have built a base, and it's gone. Cool. I think the mushrooms have won. That wasn't meant to happen. There was supposed to be 1 clear winner. You know, a kingdom that we could celebrate. Well, this has just ruined the whole damn video now. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to bed. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching my midlife crisis unfold in the form of toying with a bunch of kingdoms' lives, as much as I've hated every moment of it. If you'd like to see more of this game, then let me know in the comments below. Or not, whatever. For now, I'll sit here and look up recipes where I can put these mushroom people to good use. Until next time, toodaloo.